Hello? Hello? Hi. Shut up. This is the screen that's on. Yes, like right now you'd have to go that way. What? Well, anytime. I've got time, I just need my... Oh. Yeah, let's record this one just for fun of it. And welcome Lumberjack fans, Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as the St. Mary's Lumberjack boys are set to take on the Potlatch Loggers in tonight's non-conference game here live from Lumberjack Gymnasium. The JV team is playing currently, and the Lumberjack JV boys are up 38-9 over the Potlatch Loggers here early or midway through the third period of play from Lumberjack Gymnasium. We want to thank our title sponsor, Gifts by Nature, as they are our title sponsor for Lumberjack Sports broadcasts. If you need any handmade soaps or lotions or any other types of things, they can hook you up with them at Gifts by Nature. You can find them online, giftsbynature.net. Follow them on Instagram or Facebook to find out more about their products. We're going to go ahead and take a 1-minute break, and we'll come back with our senior spotlight.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Are you smarter than the average bear? If you think you are, then stop by the Grapple on Tuesday nights for Trivia Tuesdays. Trivia Tuesdays start at 6 p.m. Compete for awesome prizes. If you think you're smarter than the average bear, remember, Trivia Tuesdays, 6 p.m. at the Grapple, located at 940 Center Avenue in St. Mary's. Pour, score, and victory. Trivia Tuesdays at the Grapple.
With H&R Blocks.
And we are back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium, the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off here before tonight's Lumberjack boys basketball game. First thing we're going to do is our senior spotlight, which we haven't done any for basketball season yet this season. I think we did one for girls, but we've got one tonight for the boys. It is Coy Sands. And it's time for our senior spotlight, and it's our first one of the season, and I probably should have left that out since we will use this probably multiple times throughout the year. But anyways, we have Coy Sands for our senior spotlight. Coy, which sports do you play? Which is your favorite and why?
I play football, basketball, and baseball. I like football the best. I like the contact and the physicality of it.
All right. What do you like about playing sports? What don't you like, and what does playing sports taught you?
It's taught me to be a part of a team and work together with people. One thing I like about it is that it gives me something to do outside of school. Yeah.
Nothing you don't like?
No, not
even losing? You hate losing?
Well, yeah, I do hate losing. I'm pretty competitive.
All right. What are your goals in your last year in high school, both on and off the field or court?
On the court, I'd say probably to win state and to win in general and grow as a team. Off the field or court, probably just to make new friends and have a good time.
All right, we're talking with Coy Sands for our senior spotlight. We'll take a 2-minute break and we'll be back with more.
Emerald Advance. If you're approved, you can get a line of credit for up to $1,000 the day you apply. All you need to apply is your latest pay stub and a valid photo ID. No W-2 required. Make an appointment at 1-800-HR-BLOCK or go to hrblock.com. Credit limits available between $350 and $1,000. Line of credit offered by Axos Bank, member FDIC. Credit approval required. Participating offices only. Tax refund related product. Fees and conditions apply. Details at www.hrblock.com/emeraldadvance. Promotional period 11/15/18 to 1/11/19.
The St. Mary's Lumberjack Booster Club is looking for volunteers and active members to participate in the many activities the Booster Club does in support of our Lumberjacks. The Lumberjack Booster Club provides much appreciated support to the Lumberjack sports programs and is always looking for new active members and new ideas. The Booster Club is currently in need of new officers as well as volunteers to help with the Hall of Fame banquet and auction, spirit building, senior nights, and more. Anyone interested can contact Lynn Masterson at 208-568-1802 or just come to a meeting at the fire station.
What does it mean to be a credit union? It means commitment to community. It requires action, not just dollars. That's why P1FCU staff donates over 5,500 unpaid hours to community organizations every year. We're about service, not just numbers. P1FCU, committed to your community for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
At Lishwa.
And we are back. We were talking with Coy Sands here for the Senior Spotlight. Coy, what are your plans after high school?
I plan to go to college somewhere. I'm not completely sure yet. I'd like to play football somewhere as well.
All right, so that kind of, you don't know exactly where because you're just hoping that some school will see you and say, we want him.
Yeah.
All right, what would you say is your most memorable moment to this point?
To this point, probably winning state in my sophomore year. That was a pretty big accomplishment.
I get that a lot from the guys that were on that team. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my parents first and foremost, Cooper, Cade, Preston, Nick, and Brady Martin, Jake Sealer, Cade Hill, Timmy Epler, and everyone else.
All right, well, we want to thank you for your time and good luck in your future, Coy.
Thank you.
That was Coy Sands for the Senior Spotlight. We'll take another 2-minute break and we'll be back with more.
Tires.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property?
At Les Schwab Tires, we're drivers just like you. We merge, we get stuck in traffic, we go on road trips, and we know what it means to truly rely on your car, which is why we do everything we can to make things right with you and your vehicle. From checking your brakes for free to patching up a flat when you need it. So if that sounds good to you, well, we're right there with you. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Looking for a new-to-you rig? You're in luck because Dell's Used Cars has your next truck. Dell's has the best variety of pre-owned trucks in one location anywhere south of the internet. Any make, any model, and new inventory arriving daily. Dell's also will take your trade-in, paid for or not. Financing available through Potlatch, Spokane Teachers, Numerica, and a handful of other lenders offering the most competitive interest rates available in the market today. Dell staff is laid back and knowledgeable and ready to answer any of your questions. Come into Dell's Used Cars located at 1818 North 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene or visit their website at dellscars.com. Dell's Used Cars, doing things different since 1974.
You always hear on the radio.
And we are back for the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off here on KOFE as your St. Mary's Lumberjacks get set to take on the Potlatch Loggers. And boy, it was a heck of a day today weather-wise. Current temperature outside, it looks like it says it's currently right around 36 degrees, and it was raining when we got here. I'm not sure if it is still raining or if it is starting to snow yet or anything else, but the weather has been fairly ugly all day long, no matter what kind of weather you like. In any case, this is another Gifts by Nature broadcast of Lumberjack Sports here on KOFE 1240, and we'll take a quick look at the league action to this point for the 2A Central Idaho League. The St. Mary's Lumberjacks, they are 3-1 on the season. They lost last Friday to Wallace in a 70-67 overtime game. That was pretty exciting on Friday night. Lumberjack boys are 5th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings for 2A basketball. The Grangeville Bulldogs remain undefeated. They are 4-0. They beat Prairie 66-56 last Friday. They are at McCall Donnelly on Thursday. They currently are 3rd in the power rankings. And the Orofino Maniacs are 2-3 on the season. They lost to Colton Washington 50-40. They host Clearwater Valley tonight. The Maniacs sit at 16th in the power rankings for 2A boys basketball. This is a look at the 2A power rankings in general. A little bit of shake-up here in the setting, or in the seedings for that. Marsing is now number 1. They are undefeated 5-0. They moved up from 4th place in the power rankings. Ryrie is 2nd. They are 5-0 as well. They went from 1st down to 2nd place in the power rankings. The Grangeville Bulldogs, they are at third. They are undefeated, 4-0 on the season, and they went from second down to third place in the power rankings. The Melba Mustangs, they are 4-1. They are fourth in the power rankings. They moved up from fifth. And the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, they dropped down to fifth from third. They are 3-1 in their schedule, and they are, like I said, fifth in the power rankings on idahosports.com. That's a look at the 2A Central Idaho League. We'll take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with more.
Cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware, the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
Why should you get all of your prescriptions from your local Good Neighbor Pharmacy? Because over 100,000 patients per year experience serious complications from drug interactions. At Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's, your prescriptions are not only filled, but we double-check for such complications. You can trust our knowledgeable pharmacists for that extra personalized attention. You're not just a number to us. You are our neighbor. Bring all your prescriptions to Jack's, your Good Neighbor Pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking. Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Mountain Plating is a premier hard chrome plating facility, and it is located right here in St. Mary's. Mountain Plating was established in 1997 as one of the first hard chrome plating facilities in Idaho, and it services a wide variety of industries nationwide. These industries include manufacturing, food processing, agriculture, mining, environmental, and the timber industries. Mountain Plating is committed to providing the highest quality chrome plating and customer service in the industry, and is locally owned and operated by Donnie Masterson. Give him a call today at 208-245-7104. Go Lumberjacks!
With the heat now behind us and colder weather on us,
And we are back with the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off right here on KOFE as the St. Mary's Lumberjack JV boys are leading the visiting Potlatch Loggers 49-15 with a running clock in the fourth period of play. Coming up next will be right here on KOFE, the varsity game with the Lumberjacks taking on the Potlatch Loggers in non-league action here tonight. And the Lumberjacks hoping to bounce back from an overtime loss to the Wallace Miners last Friday and get back on the winning side of things. taking a look at the Lumberjacks so far on the season, they've been playing really good defense. Even coming from Coach Chase, he said the defense has been really strong, and they've been rebounding well as well. One thing they didn't do in that Potlatch game, they didn't make, not Potlatch, but Wallace, they didn't make the most of their second chance opportunities on the offensive side of the ball. There was particularly one moment in the third period, right in the beginning, when St. Mary's brought the ball down, and they took probably 4 or 5 shots, got the offensive rebounds, and never could get the ball to fall through the bucket. So they really need to make those second chance opportunities pay off with points on the board, because that could have really helped them in that game against Potlatch. Another thing, they just haven't been shooting particularly well in the early stages of games, as well as their shooting percentage has been pretty low. In the beginning, they kind of finish up at a decent percentage for the shooting percentage from the floor, but they could be quite a bit better. Coach Chase even alluded to that, saying that when I talked to him, he said that they've been kind of having that in every game so far this season, where they're shooting 30% or less from the floor. So that is one spot, one area that I'm sure Coach Chase wants to see a big improvement in, is shooting from the floor. Another place they're not shooting particularly well from, and this has been an ongoing trend the last 4 years or so, is that boys have been struggling from the free throw line, and that continues this year as well, as they're not shooting the best from the charity stripe. I'll give you those numbers here in a little bit, but that is another spot that really probably could have won them that game in Wallace, is if they would have shot better from the free throw line. They just have not been shooting particularly well all the way around, and their three-point percentage wasn't too bad, as it was over 30%, but everything else, they really need to get those numbers up when it comes to shooting. They are averaging right around 57 points per game, which is a little bit low from what they had averaged, I believe, in the previous season. They're shooting right around 33% from the field, and that's in 2 games, which that number isn't too bad. But like I said, a lot of that time, it's early on in that games where they're shooting poorly, and they kind of pick up later on. They're only shooting 29% from three-point range and just 54% from the charity stripe in the 2 games that I have stats for. They do average right around 8 assists per game with 14 offensive rebounds, and they've only been turning the ball over, at least in the 2 games I have the stats for, on average of 7 times per game. So the turnover numbers are really good. Leading scoring for the Lumberjacks so far on the season, right now per game, Eli Gibson is averaging around 14 points per game. He's a sophomore. Jackson Pritchard is averaging 13 points per game. Dan Howard is averaging 9. Caden Hammond is averaging 8. Tyler Lohman and Coy Sands both averaging right around 6 points per game. That's a look at the Lumberjacks offensively. We'll take a 3-minute break, and we'll come back with more.
Don't wait until you need your heater only to find yourself sitting in what feels like a meat locker. Let the professionals at Strobel Custom Heating and Air handle all of your heating needs before they become heating emergencies. And with Strobel Custom Heating and Air, you won't be left out in the cold. Go to Strobel Custom Heating and Air and schedule a service appointment today to ensure you're warm and cozy tomorrow. Call Strobel Custom Heating and Air at 208-245-2211 and ask about our Energy Saving Club.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Timbertown Interiors in St. Mary's is the perfect flooring solution for all of your flooring needs. They can handle all types of flooring from residential to commercial, stylish carpets, hard surfaces, laminates, and more. Why drive all the way to the city when awesome floors are right here? Timbertown Interiors will help you create a one-of-a-kind look that caters to the style of your home or office. You'll be amazed by the selections they have at their showroom at 902 Main Avenue in St. Mary's. or give them a call at 208-245-0470. Timbertown Interiors, your floor store. Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Looking for your next off-road adventure? The new Yamaha Wolverine X2 side-by-side is ready when you are. Offering unmatched off-road capability with ultimate comfort, the all-new Yamaha Wolverine X2 is now available from St. Mary's Son Cycle. It's packed with features to help you turn your dreams of adventure into reality. With Yamaha proven off-road capability, comfort, and confidence. Visit St. Mary's Son Cycle to see the all-new Yamaha Wolverine X2 and realize your adventure. Always protect the environment. Wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and product warning labels before operation.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire?
And we are back. The Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip off. 16 minutes now until the Lumberjack varsity game gets underway. I believe the final score of the JV boys game was 49-13 in favor of the Lumberjack JV boys for tonight's game. I'm taking a look now at the Lumberjack defense. They're averaging around 7 steals per game. Lumberjacks are averaging 20 defensive rebounds per game, which is a really good number. And the big number, though, that is another one that needs to come down is they have averaged in 2 games that I have stats for 24 fouls per game, which that number is very high. I thought 18 was high the other night when they played here in St. Mary's against Prairie, but 24 is quite a bit worse, I would think. Coach Chase probably is trying to get them kids to calm down on the fouls out there. Of course, that number inflated a little bit due to an overtime game. And in that overtime game against Wallace, St. Mary's fouled out 5 of their players. Ethan Hill, Tyler Lohman, Eli Gibson were 3 of them. I think Caden Hammond fouled out in that game as well. And those are guys you don't normally see foul out. Coach Chase kind of asked me after the game if he was crazy or did he thought if we might have had a few calls that were made against St. Mary's that were a little bit really tight on those calls, and I kind of thought so as well in that game. I thought there was a few calls against St. Mary's that probably shouldn't have been called a foul, but they were. But I am not the official down on the floor, so I have no control over that part. Leading scorers for the Lumberjack, or no, we already went through leading scorers, didn't we? That's offense. We'll take a look at the leading rebounders per game. Dan Howard is averaging 6 rebounds per game, as is Tyler Lohman. Ethan Hill is averaging 5, as is Caden Hammond and Eli Gibson. Lumberjacks are just allowing 55 points per game to opposing teams. And like I said earlier, they're playing really good on defense. They're fast. They put a lot of pressure on the ball, and they do a good job of getting the opposing teams to turn the ball over. I should have took a look at that in the numbers to see how many turnovers St. Mary's is forcing in the games that I have. But I know it's probably in about the 18 or 19 range per game where they're forcing 18 to 19 turnovers per game. They don't give a lot of open looks as well to the opposing teams. The Lumberjacks defense in the 2 games I've seen so far has been fairly smothering, and they don't give a lot of good looks for the team. So the opposing teams really have to work for their points, their buckets on the night. We are about 13 minutes until tip-off. We'll go ahead and take a 4-minute break, and we'll be back with more.
Tire. Contact Jenny Oaks of Premier Financial Services to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and insurance products for Premier Financial Services are offered through Linsco Private Ledger Financial and its affiliates, and they are a member of FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Premier Financial Services today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
We have always said that Kenny is a nice guy, and we mean it. Kenny is so nice that 10th Street Superstop is now open 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday. So if you work early or late or somewhere in between, 10th Street Superstop will be open for you. Breakfast, lunch, a snack, 10th Street Superstop has it. Fuel and propane, of course, and even pet and farm animal feeds and supplies. Don't forget, 10th Street Superstop is also an authorized Page Plus wireless dealer and has phones and phone accessories. 10th Street Superstop open 24 hours a day, Monday to Friday. We told you Kenny was a nice guy.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Fall is just around the corner, and it's time to think about getting ready for winter. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's has just what you need for all your winter prep. Paint your house, patch the roof, or build a storage for all your firewood. Maybe you just need to fix that leaky faucet. 10th Street Lumber has the supplies you need for all your do-it-yourself projects. Stop by 10th Street Lumber today and save on all your home improvement needs. 10th Street Lumber, 1000 Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
Fire Chief Larry Nacarado wants to remind you that this time of the year, chimney fires are a common occurrence, but can be prevented. St. Mary's Fire Department wants to remind you that they loan out chimney brushes and rods for free. They do chimney inspections for free and will even come to your house and offer chimney fire prevention training for free. Don't neglect your chimney. Call St. Mary's Fire Department today at 245-5253. That's 245-5253. This public safety message from the St. Mary's Fire Department. Looking to buy or sell a home or property? Look no further than Timber Realty in St. Mary's. It doesn't matter if you're looking for that perfect property with that perfect view to build your perfect home, or if you're looking for that home that is move-in ready, let Timber Realty help you out. If you're selling, well, of course Timber Realty can help you get your home or property listed and sold. That's Timber Realty in St. Mary's, located at 834 Main Street. Stop by today or give them a call at 208-245-2345. That's 208-245-2345. Timber Realty.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Are you smarter than the average bear? If you think you are, then stop by the Grapple on Tuesday nights for Trivia Tuesdays. Trivia Tuesdays start at 6 p.m. Compete for awesome prizes. If you think you're smarter than the average bear, remember, Trivia Tuesdays, 6 p.m. at the Grapple, located at 940 Center Avenue in St. Mary's. Pour, score, and victory. Trivia Tuesdays at the Grapple.
With H&R Block's Emerald Advance, if you're approved, you can get a line of credit for up to $1,000 the day.
And we are back, the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union pregame. Countdown to tip-off here from Lumberjack Gymnasium as your St. Mary's Lumberjack boys basketball team gets set to take on the Loggers from Potlatch just down the road, down south here from the Lumberjacks, or from St. Mary's. So not a long travel for them. The Loggers, they are of the 1A D1 White Pine League. They are currently 8th in their power rankings in 1A D1 on idahosports.com. They are coached by Ryan Bell. This is his 3rd season with the Potlatch Loggers. He is 35-16 as their head coach. Last year, the Loggers went 17-8, and they missed out by the state tournament by 1 game, as I think they were beat by Prairie to get kicked out of the chance for a trip to the state tournament. They are 3-0 currently on this season, or actually I think it's 2-0 on this current season. They had a 59-29 win over Garfield Palouse and a 74-25 victory over the Kendrick Tigers. The Loggers are averaging around 66 points per game on the season, and they've allowed just 27 points per game to opposing teams. The Loggers returned 4 of their top scorers from last year. They also have a lot of other experience from last season as well on the floor, and they are hoping, I expect them to be another tough fight for the Lumberjacks here tonight. Lumberjacks have beat the Loggers in the last couple of years, and fairly, actually I think the first game they played them last year was 43-40 and in Potlatch, and then the second game of the season when they played Potlatch, St. Mary's fairly well blew them out of the water here in St. Mary's. But they are a feisty team and they play hard, so you don't ever count a team out. The Loggers players to watch for tonight's game: Dakota and Braden Hadaller, Connor Atkins. They're all league players from last season. Some incoming players to look at is junior guard Justin Nicholson and junior forward Tyler Wilcoxon. For this game, I think the Lumberjacks, well, for one, they need to improve their shooting percentage and their free throw percentage. They need to watch their fouls tonight, and they just need to play the good defense that they've been playing so far all season. If they can get those shooting percentages increased, then they should be able to come away with the victory here tonight. But I think a lot of it's going to depend on how well they shoot from the floor. We are about 6 minutes until tip-off and opening ceremonies and tip-off. We will take a 3-minute break and we'll come back with more.
You apply. All you need to apply is your latest pay stub and a valid photo ID. No W-2 required. Make an appointment at 1-800-HR-BLOCK or go to hrblock.com. Credit limits available between $350 and $1,000. Line of credit offered by Axos Bank, member FDIC. Credit approval required. Participating offices only. Tax refund related product. Fees and conditions apply. Details at www.hrblock.com/emeraldadvance. Promotional period 11/15/18 to 1/11/19.
The St. Mary's Lumberjack Booster Club is looking for volunteers and active members to participate in the many activities the Booster Club does in support of our Lumberjacks. The Lumberjack Booster Club provides much appreciated support to Lumberjack sports programs and is always looking for new active members and new ideas. The Booster Club is currently in need of new officers as well as volunteers to help with the Hall of Fame banquet and auction, spirit building, senior nights, and more. Anyone interested can contact Lynn Masterson at 208-568-1802 or just come to a meeting at the fire station.
What does it mean to be a credit union? It means commitment to community. It requires action, not just dollars. That's why P1FCU staff donates over 5,500 unpaid hours to community organizations every year. We're about service, not just numbers. P1FCU, committed to your community for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
At Les Schwab Tires, we're drivers just like you. We merge, we get stuck in traffic, we go on road trips, and we know what it means to truly rely on your car, which is why we do everything we can to make things right with you and your vehicle. From checking your brakes for free to patching up a flat when you need it. So if that sounds good to you, well, we're right there with you. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Looking for a new-to-you rig? You're in luck because Dell's Used Cars has your next truck.
And we are back with more of the Countdown to Tip-Off, brought to you by Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union in St. Mary's. And we got about 2 minutes until the opening ceremonies and tip-off. Let's take a look at some upcoming schedules. The Lumberjack boys will be headed to Sandpoint. Let's see here. That is, here we go. The Lumberjack boys will be headed to Sandpoint on Thursday. JV and varsity boys. JV 5:30, varsity 7 o'clock. We will not be able to make it to that game. The Lumberjack girls on Friday, they will be headed to Orofino to take on the Maniacs. We will not make the trip up to Orofino, but we are working on seeing if the KLER up in Orofino is going to be carrying that game. And if they are, we will get a feed from them hopefully on Friday for the varsity game. On Saturday, the wrestling team, they will be at the McCall Donnelly Invite at 8 a.m. at the McCall Donnelly High School. So good luck to the wrestling team on Saturday. Some upcoming schedules as well, just to look ahead. I'm trying to see where we're at here. I think this is the last game for the boys that we're going to get until the Freeman Christmas tournament. Lumberjacks, though, will be at Sandpoint Thursday. The next Thursday, they'll be at Bonners. And then they will have the Freeman Christmas tournament on the 27th and 28th. The girls hopefully will have the game against Orofino on Friday. And then on Tuesday the 18th, the girls will host Post Falls JV. We will have that game. And then on the 20th, the girls will be at Sandpoint. And then the 27th and 28th, the girls will also be at the Freeman Christmas tournament, which we will be at as well. So that's a look at the upcoming schedule and what it looks like for what our broadcast schedule looks like as well. It looks like we're just about ready to get the national anthem underway. So we'll keep it right here and tell the national anthem, and we'll take care of the national anthem and all that as well. So that is a look at the upcoming schedules. And we'll hope that Lumberjacks have the best luck in those games that we don't make it to.
And your St. Mary's Lumberjacks. Before the starting lineups, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
That was the national anthem. I'm going to turn our crowd mic up and see if we can get the lineups from the floor or not. And I don't know how well that came out on the air, but I was hoping to be able to do that a little bit differently for the starting lineups. I will go over them again real quickly in case it wasn't legible. For the Loggers, it is Justin Nicholson, number 4. Tyler Wilcoxon, number 20. Connor Akins, number 24. Ty's Van Kara, number 32. And number 44, Dakota Hadaller. For the Lumberjacks, it is number 3, Jackson Pritchard. Number 14, Tyler Lohman. Number 15, Coy Sands. Number 23, Eli Gibson. And number 33, Caden Hammond. Lumberjacks control the opening tip to get things underway. It's into the hands of Hammond. Or no, actually Gibson. Gibson backs it back to the top to Hammond. Now inside to Lohman. Lohman goes for the shot. It's no good. And the rebound will go out of bounds. And the ball goes to the Loggers. Now the Loggers take the ball down the floor. Shot is up and good. Count the bucket and the foul. And that'll send number 24 to the free throw line for the Loggers. That is Connor Akins. So he'll try the old-fashioned three-point play here to get things started. Shot is up. It is good. Lumberjacks quickly back down the floor. Caden Hammond controls it for the Lumberjacks. He backs it out near the timeline. Looks like a zone defense by the Loggers. Hammond kicks it over to Pritchard, down to the corner to Lohman. Lohman down the baseline, backs the ball back out to Coy Sands in the corner. Coy tries the baseline, spins, jump shot, no good. And the rebound goes to the Loggers. Loggers bringing the ball back down the floor. They work down inside to Hadaller. Hadaller spins, has his shot partially blocked, and the rebound goes to Pritchard. Lohman gets the block. Lumberjacks. Coy Sands drives the baseline. Shot is, he tries to put the shot up. It's no good. And he'll go to the free throw line with the foul on the Loggers. The foul goes against Hadaller, his first. Team's first. 50% from the free throw line on the season. And I believe Coy missed the first free throw. Coy lines up the second one. It is in and out. Rebound to the Loggers. Bringing it down the floor quickly is Nicholson. He loses the handle but is able to recover in the paint. Kicks it back out to the top. Eli Gibson almost gets the steal, but the Loggers recover. And the Loggers reset their offense up near the top. It is Nicholson. He's working against Gibson. He gets around him, drives into the paint, and they're going to blow the whistle and call a foul And that foul, I believe, goes against Eli. That'll be his first, team's first. Dan Howard's going to check into the game for the Lumberjacks. Jackson Pritchard comes in. Big country, Dan Howard comes in for Pritchard. Inbounding from underneath is the Loggers. Up to the top. Now Hadoller has it up top. Now down to the wing on the right side. Now they feed it to a cutter. He's driving the blocks, tries to put up a shot. It's no good. It's actually blocked by Lohman. Lohman gets the rebound. Eli Gibson drives. Shot is up. It won't go in, but the whistle blows and a foul is called. That'll send Gibson to the free throw line. Gibson has been around 62% from the charity stripe on the season. And I think Gibson missed the first. That shot, that free throw, or that foul goes against Nicholson, his first. Lohman comes out. Jackson Pritchard checks back in for the Lumberjacks. And the second free throw is no good. And the rebound to the Loggers. St. Mary's not able to get anything in from the charity stripe. Loggers, tough Lumberjack defense. They feed it outside. Shot is up and good. Number 32, Savankara with the shot. Lumberjacks now back the other way. Finally, Lumberjacks get it inside. Coy Sands feeds it to Gibson. Gibson puts it up and good. Lumberjacks putting on a little bit of press in the backcourt. Nicholson brings it across for the Loggers. He's guarded by Hammond. He gets it to the high post and kicks it across court to Atkins, and we're going to get a foul called again away from the ball, and Coach Chase is beside himself. He's not liking the call on that one. That foul goes against Eli, his second foul. Loggers inbound from underneath. Kick it all the way up top to number 32, that is Vankara. Now back to Hadoller. Hadoller to a cutting Nicholson. Nicholson shot is up. No good, and a whistle called a foul against, a whistle blown and a foul against the Miners on the rebound. Eli Gibson checks out. Ethan Hill comes in for the Lumberjacks. That foul goes against Vankara, his first. Team's third for the Loggers. St. Mary's has 2 fouls as well. I don't have one credited to somebody. Caden Hammond brings it down the floor for St. Mary's. Up top, kicks it over to Pritchard. Pritchard over the top, trying to feed it into Howard. It's going to go out of bounds off of the Loggers. St. Mary's will inbound from the end of the floor. Jackson Pritchard will trigger it in. He gets it to Howard. Howard to Sands. Sands back to Pritchard. Pritchard for 3. It's good. Coy Sands with his second assist. Pritchard 1 for 1 from 3-point range, and we got a tie game. Lumberjacks putting the pressure on. The Loggers do break the pressure. Vankara puts up the shot. It's no good. Offensive rebound. Put back was no good. Offensive rebound, a couple more. And finally it goes in by Hadoller. 5-7 lead. The shot the other way by Pritchard from 3-point range, no good. Loose ball, the Loggers come away with it. Shot is up and in on the other end of the floor. That is number 24, Atkins, who puts it in and draws the foul as well. Score 9-5 in favor of the Loggers. That foul, I believe, going against Dan Howard. Coy Sands comes out. Tyler Lohman checks back in. 4:30 to go in the first period. St. Mary's trails 9-5. The old-fashioned 3-point play chance again for Atkins. 1 for 1 from the stripe. He makes that one. Atkins already with 6 points. St. Mary's takes the ball the other way. Caden Hammond has it on the wing on the left. Tries to drive in, finds some room, cuts across the paint. Shot is up and no good. And we get a whistle and a foul against. It's against the Loggers. And that is it's Justin Nicholson's second foul. He comes out of the game, I do believe. Checking in for him is his brother. That's Jared Nicholson. I'm assuming it's his brother. Lumberjacks inbound to Pritchard. Pritchard, quick head fake, bounce past the top to Hill. Back out to Hammond. Hammond's going to trigger the long three off the iron. No good. And a foul is going to get called against St. Mary's. That foul goes against Ethan Hill, his first, team's 5th. As Dakota Hadaller will trigger it in. St. Mary's with the pressure in the backcourt. Loggers trying to break it across the timeline. Cross-court pass to Atkins. Atkins, nice shot up and in off the glass. 12-5, 7-point lead for the Loggers. It's Jackson. He gets it to Hammond and then back to Jackson. He tries to put up the shot, no good. Rebound to the Loggers, and a bucket is put in by Nicholson. And Coach Chase has seen enough for now. He's going to call a timeout. And the Lumberjacks trail 14-5, 3:38 to go in the first period. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Dell's has the best variety of pre-owned trucks in one location anywhere south of the internet. Any make, any model, and new inventory arriving daily. Dell's also will take your trade-in, paid for or not. Financing available through Potlatch, Spokane Teachers, Numerica, and a handful of other lenders offering the most competitive interest rates available in the market today. Dell's staff is laid back and knowledgeable and ready to answer any of your questions. Come into Dell's Used Cars, located at 1818 North 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene, or visit their website at dellscars.com. Dell's Used Cars, doing things different since 1974.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true.
14-5 here in the first period of play. Coach Chase used the full timeout to try to find out what's going on out there. St. Mary's is struggling. They are shooting. I'll have to figure that out here in just a second. I've got to change something real quickly here. Lumberjacks shooting just 20% from the floor so far in this game. And that's that number that we need to see a little bit higher. St. Mary's 1 of 5 from the floor. The only bucket to go in so far was a three-pointer by Pritchard. And I don't know why it reset the clock on the period. They get the ball down underneath to Dan Howard. And Howard can't get the bunny to go in from underneath. There's a foul called against the Loggers. That is number 32, Vancara's second foul. Lumberjacks get it into Howard. Now back to Gibson. Gibson to Pritchard, around the wing to the corner to Hammond. Hammond underneath to Howard. Howard, jump shot, no good. Rebound to the Loggers. They'll bring it down the floor. Work it down into the corner. On the right side now, a wide open look to number 5. That is Jared Nicholson. He puts it up and good. Lumberjacks trail by 11. Lumberjacks working that ball on offense. Caden Hammond. He's going to step back for a three. It's short. Dan Howard pulled down the offensive board. The putback was no good, but a foul against the Loggers will send Howard to the free throw line. That foul goes against Dakota Hadaller, his second. Howard only been shooting 22% from the charity stripe on the season. First free throw is in and out. St. Mary's trails 16-5. 11-point lead for Potlatch. Howard sinks the second free throw, and he will check out. Coy Sands checks back in. St. Mary's trails by 10. 2 minutes, 37 seconds to go in the first period. 16-6, St. Mary's trails. Lumberjacks playing looks like they're a zone defense. Shot is blocked by Tyler Lohman. That's his third block shot. And I'm not sure who got the rebound. I'm going to give it to Caden Hammond. Taking it down the other way, they feed it down to Coy Sands. Sands tries to put up a shot. It's no good, but Coy is fouled. He'll step to the free throw line. And just like that, the Loggers have 7 fouls on the first period. And that one goes against Wilcoxon, his first. Coy, 50% from the free throw line. 1 of 3 for tonight. Ethan Hill checks back in as Caden Hammond comes out of the game. The next free throw shot is on the way. It is good as well. 8-16, doubled up is the Loggers. St. Mary's trails. Loggers bring it down the floor. A bad pass by the Loggers. They turn it over. They threw it right to Eli Gibson. Gibson takes it down the floor, now backs it up, sets up the offense. He gives it to Pritchard. Pritchard on the wing on the left. Now back to the right wing to Hill. Now to the top, back to Pritchard. Pritchard to Coy Sands. Sands is on the wing on the right side. Sands gets a screen. He kicks it out to Gibson. Gibson for 3. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Loggers. They bring it back down the floor quickly. Now they are looking at a 3. They decide not to. That's Wilcoxon. He's going to drive along the blocks and backs the ball back out to the top. Palatch still looking for room. Number 34, Hamburg had the ball. Now it's back into the free throw line. Back to the top as the Loggers work it around. Now to the corner. Atkins here on the near side. Atkins works his way. Gets double teamed. Backs the ball back out to the wing. A bad pass again is taken away by Eli Gibson. I'm going to give Eli 2 steals on the night so far. And Coy Sands has the ball. He drives, count the bucket and the foul. Coy Sands drove from the baseline on the right side, goes up, puts the bucket in, gets his feet taken out from under him, comes down hard and pops right back up and goes to the free throw line. Eli Gibson comes out of the game. Caden Hammond checks back in. As Coy lines up the free throw shot. That is Hamburg's first foul, and Coy knocks down the free throw as well. 5-point lead now for the Loggers. St. Mary's is getting things under control. 16-11 the score. Under a minute to go in the first period. Another bad pass by the Loggers, and they turn the ball over. That's the 3rd turnover by Palatch here tonight. Lumberjacks inbound. Caden Hammond brings it down for St. Mary's. Caden has it at the top of the key. Works his way towards the right, feeds it to the corner to Jackson Pritchard. Now to Tyler Lohman. Lohman, quick jump shot, well short. The ball is loose, bounced around, and St. Mary's says that it came off of Palatch, and St. Mary's is right. They keep the ball. They'll inbound from underneath. Ethan Hill will trigger the inbound pass. Looking for somebody to give it to. Goes to the top to Coy Sands. Sands to Hammond. Hammond trying to direct traffic. Takes it to the wing. 3-pointer on the way by Hammond. That one's no good. Tyler Lohman had gone up, and I thought he had the rebound, but they did not. He didn't end up with it. And rebound went to the Loggers. Number 34 put it up and good. That's Hamburg. St. Mary's backs it back out. 12 seconds on the clock. It's Jackson Pritchard looking for an opening. He gets it. He shoots the 3. It's going to be no good. Lohman on the rebound. Count the bucket. So Pritchard tries to make the 3 as time's running out. It's no good. Tyler Lohman gets the putback as time runs out on the first period. The score 18-13. St. Mary's trails by 5. We'll be back in 1 minute.
St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware, the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
Why should you get all of your prescriptions from your local Good Neighbor Pharmacy?
And we are back as the second period about to begin. The Loggers will get possession to start the second period. Lumberjacks trail 18-13. It is number 4. That is, I'm trying to find my roster as the Loggers work the ball around. It's into the hands of Van Karen out of the corner. Three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Misses everything. Dan Howard on the rebound. Lumberjacks the other way. A bad pass. St. Mary's turns the ball over. And the Loggers bring it back. Number 32, Van Karen, for another shot from the corner. No good. Rebound to Ethan Hill. Lumberjacks take it down the floor. And Lumberjacks being patient this time with the ball. It's Coy Sands on the wing on the left. He goes into the free throw line, kicks it out to Hill. Hill over to Hammond. Hammond in the corner on the left. He gets a screen, but he can't go nowhere with it. Back to Hill. Hill in the corner, three-pointer, no good. Rebound goes to the Loggers. They bring it back down the floor quickly. That's Nicholson. Nicholson, shot is up and no good. Hadaller with the rebound and the putback. 18-13, St. Mary's trails by 5. Hammond has the ball now to Jackson. Jackson comes up to the top. He's going to look inside to Howard. Howard spins, shot is up and it falls through. I'm going to go ahead and give Jackson the assist. 20-15, St. Mary's trails by 5 as Nicholson brings it down for the Loggers. He kicks it to Hadaller in the corner. Back to Nicholson up top. Both Nicholsons are in the game, so it's going to be confusing. Now it's to Jared Nicholson. Now back down to the wing, actually to the corner to Van Karen. He brings it up to the elbow. Back to the top to Hadaller. As the Loggers content to try to run this set offense, now we're going to get a timeout taken by the Loggers. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it too. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Because over 100,000 patients per year experience serious complications from drug interactions. At Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's, your prescriptions are not only filled, but we double-check for such complications. You can trust our knowledgeable pharmacists for that extra personalized attention. You're not just a number to us. You are our neighbor. Bring all your prescriptions to Jack's, your Good Neighbor Pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural.
The timeout, there is 6 minutes left in the first half. St. Mary's trails 20-15. You're listening to another Gifts by Nature broadcast of Lumberjack Sports here on KOFE. Gifts by Nature, they don't have a storefront anymore, but you can look them up online, giftsbynature.net, or you can follow them on Instagram or Facebook. The Loggers inbound after the timeout. It is Justin Nicholson controlling it. He gets double teamed. Now he gets it down to the corner underneath the Hadaller. Hadaller tries to find an opening. He can't, and he's going to get called for the travel as he took an extra step underneath. St. Mary's will inbound. Caden Hammond brings it down the floor for St. Mary's. Hammond goes to the wing on the left side to the top to Howard. Howard finds Gibson. Gibson backs it away underneath. Jump shot, no good. And the rebound goes to the Loggers. Loggers bring it down the floor. Loggers underneath to Hadeller. Hadeller gets double teamed and trapped. He's trying to find an outlet. He gets it out finally. Shot on the way. Three-pointer, no good. Howard on the rebound. And the ball is a bad pass by, I'm not sure who, but it's a turnover on St. Mary's. Loggers bring it back down the floor. Looking for somebody to give it to is Jared Nicholson. He's going to be double teamed. Finally, he gets it back to brother Justin Nicholson. Nicholson loses the handle as I'm going to give the steal to Hammond. And pass a little bit too far down the floor. Lumberjacks turn it back over. And then Hammond gets another steal. And they feed it down inside to Pritchard. Pritchard doesn't go up in time. Instead, they give it to Lohman. Lohman goes up for a shot. He can't get the shot to drop, but he's going to go to the free throw line. Not sure who came out. I think it's Ethan Hill who is not in. That foul goes against number 32. That's his third. That's Von Cara. Lohman's first free throw off the front iron. It's no good. Lohman had been shooting around 67% from the stripe. Hammond comes out for the Lumberjacks. Coy Sands checks back in. Tyler lines up his second shot. On the way. That one is nothing but net. 4-point lead for the Loggers with 4:33 to go in the first half. 20-16 the score. 9 fouls for the Loggers, 4 for the Lumberjacks, or 5 for the Lumberjacks. It is Wilcoxon. He brings it here to the near side on the wing. He's guarded by Gibson. He gives it back to the top to Nicholson. Nicholson inside. Now they give it out. Shot is up. It's partially blocked, I believe. The rebound was going to be taken by St. Mary's, but they lose the handle out of bounds. So the Loggers will take over. 20-16 the score, 4:11 to go. They inbound into the corner. Now they try to work it back inside, but they can't, so back to the corner they go. Now back up top. That's Nicholson. Nicholson to Nicholson. Nicholson back to Nicholson. Now around the horn. Back to the top of the key. Loggers look inside to Hadeller. He finds a cutter. Shot is up and good. That is number 20. That's Wilcoxon with his first bucket. It's a 6-point lead. Eli Gibson drives from the right side. It looks like they're going to count the bucket and give him the foul as well. So Gibson will go to the free throw line. That foul was against number 5. That is Jared Nicholson, his first. Ethan Hill checks in for Dan Howard. 62% from the stripe Coy has been Eli, but he missed 2 earlier. This time he doesn't. He makes that one. Tristan Nelson comes into the game for the Lumberjacks. Number 13, Tristan Nelson, a freshman. As Howard gets the Coy Sands gets a steal, but he can't put the bucket in. The rebound went to the Loggers. And then a ball gets slapped out of bounds by St. Mary's. It wasn't a foul. It was an out-of-bounds play. I think Tyler Lohman did that. So the Loggers inbound from side court. It is Nicholson. Back and forth to Nicholson. Now to the wing on the right side to Wilcoxon. Back to the top to Nicholson. Now inside to Atkins. Opposite corner to Nicholson. Nicholson three-pointer on the way. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. Essentially a turnover on the Loggers. Lumberjacks will inbound. Coy Sands brings it down the floor for the Lumberjacks. 3:29 to go in the first half. St. Mary's trails 22-19. Jackson Pritchard has it on the wing on the left side. Now back to the top to Hill. Around the horn to Sands. Sands drives up the free throw line. Jump shot off the mark. No good. Rebound goes to the Loggers. And they're going to call the charge as Ethan Hill steps in. and takes the charge. Nice job by Ethan Hill. That will be Wilcoxon's second foul of the game. Coy Sands comes out. Caden Hammond checks back in. Lumberjacks inbound. Jackson Pritchard on the wing on the left. He brings it up to the top. He's going to drive into the paint. Nowhere to go, so he feeds it inside to Lohman. Lohman gets mugged underneath. No whistle for a foul. Surprising there. And then the opposite way, St. Mary's gets called for a foul. Coach Chase beside himself after that one. They're going to call that foul against Caden Hammond, his first, team sixth. Tyler Lohman, they had a nice look into him. He got mugged underneath and couldn't get the whistle, but coming the other way, the Loggers get the benefit of the whistle. Loggers working. Pass is tipped up and out of bounds by Caden Hammond on a deflection. 2:41 to go in the first half. 22-19, St. Mary's trails. Loggers have it inbounds. It is Wilcoxon, top of the key. He's going to kick it down to the corner to Justin Nicholson. Ethan Hill almost gets a steal, but can't quite corral the ball. Loggers drive, shot is up, no good. But they're going to blow the whistle. And I think they're going to get Tristan Nelson possibly with that foul. That will send number 12 to the free throw line. That's Morris. Nelson's going to come out of the game. Dan Howard checks back in. The free throw was good by Morris. Second free throw was no good. Dan Howard on the rebound. Lumberjacks the other way. Caden Hammond has it on the wing on the left side. To the top of the key they go. Now inside to Howard. Howard spins against Hadler. Shot is up and no good. Hammond triggers the offensive rebound. Tyler Lohman for three. It's no good. Offensive board. And the putback is good. I'm not sure who got the offensive board. I'll give it to Hammond, or to Howard. And Lumberjacks cut the score to 23-21. Loggers working the opposite side. Lumberjacks playing a zone defense, it looks like. It is Atkins. Inside they find number 20, that's Wilcoxon. He puts it up and good. Lumberjacks quickly down the floor the other way. It's going to be Ethan Hill driving the paint. No, they're going to say he traveled. What a nice move and a step inside by Ethan Hill. But they say he took an extra step. So no bucket. The score stays 25-21. St. Mary's trails by 4. Loggers back on the other side. St. Mary's trailed by as much as 11 early on. Loggers working it around the top, playing for the last shot of the half. They have it to Atkins. Atkins tries to pass it. They get it to pass it from inside, and it's going to be Pritchard with a steal, and Pritchard turns the steal into 3 points. 25-24 is the score. St. Mary's trails by 1. Bringing it down the floor is Nicholson for the Loggers. Up to the top. Now they give it to Wilcoxon. Coxon loses the handle and picks it back up. He kicks it out to Nicholson. Now around the horn to Atkins. Back to Nicholson. Now back to Atkins in the near corner. He tries to feed it underneath. Quickly covered is Morris. And they give it back right outside. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. They say it comes off of St. Mary's. So the ball will stay with the Loggers. Coy Sands checks into the game. Tristan Nelson checks in as well. Tristan Nelson comes in for Caden Hammond. The Loggers looking to inbound. They get it into the corner, now to the top. That's Wilcoxon. Now back to the corner to Jared Nicholson. Back to the top to Wilcoxon. Now back to Jared Nicholson on the wing. Now back to the top. Three-pointer on the way. No good. The ball is tipped around. Jackson Pritchard with the rebound. And not enough time to do anything with it. First half in. St. Mary's trails 25-24. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union halftime.
Resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Bill Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Bill Trucking. Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Mountain Plating is a premier hard chrome plating facility, and it is located right here in St. Mary's. Mountain Plating was established in 1997 as one of the first hard chrome plating facilities in Idaho, and it services a wide variety of industries nationwide. These industries include manufacturing, food processing, agriculture, mining, environmental, and the timber industries. Mountain Plating is committed to providing the highest quality chrome plating and customer service in the industry, and is locally owned and operated by Donnie Masterson. Give him a call today at 208-245-7104. Go Lumberjacks!
With the heat now behind us and colder weather on its way, don't wait until you need your heater only to find yourself sitting in what feels like a meat locker. Let the professionals at Strobel Custom Heating and Air handle all of your heating needs before they become heating emergencies. And with Strobel Custom Heating and Air, you won't be left out in the cold. Go to Strobel Custom Heating and Air and schedule a service appointment today to ensure you're warm and cozy tomorrow. Call Strobel Custom Heating and Air at 208-245-2211 and ask about our Energy Saving Club.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Timbertown Interiors in St. Mary's is the perfect flooring solution for all of your flooring needs. They can handle all types of flooring from residential to commercial, stylish carpets, hard surfaces, laminates, and more. Why drive all the way to the city when awesome floors are right here? Timbertown Interiors will help you create a one-of-a-kind look that caters to the style of your home or office. You'll be amazed by the selections they have at their showroom at 902 Main Avenue in St. Mary's. Or give them a call at 208-245-0470. Timbertown Interiors, your floor store. Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired.
And we are back with the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union halftime report here as the Lumberjacks trail the Loggers 25-24 here at halftime. Looking at the first half, St. Mary's outscored by the Lumberjacks 18-13 in the first period of play. Lumberjacks rebounded and outscored the Loggers 11-7 in the second period to take a 1-point deficit into halftime. Lumberjacks, that field goal percentage is lacking some numbers there as they only shot 28% from the floor in the first half, 33% from two-point range, 20% from three-point range, and 50% from the free throw line. All those numbers need to see some improvement here before the night is over. Lumberjacks did have 12 rebounds with 3 assists, 6 steals, and 3 blocked shots in the first half. They also turned the ball over just 3 times and committed, I think it was 7 fouls by the end of the first half. Lumberjacks did take 1 charge in that first half as well. For the Loggers, they shot 42% from the floor. That's where St. Mary's should be at, is where you'd hope they'd be at. They shot 52% from 2-point range, and they shot 0 for 5 from 3-point range. They shot 75% from the free throw line. So their numbers right where you want them as a coach. You hope that they make a couple of those 3-point attempts, but the Loggers shooting very well on the evening, and St. Mary's still trailing just by 1 point. That's where, when we talk about the Lumberjack defense playing really good, they are able to keep them into the games. Lumberjacks, or the Loggers, with just 16 rebounds, 4 assists. They turned the ball over 9 times, and they committed 11 fouls in the first half. Individually for the Potlatch Loggers, Nicholson finished the first half with no points, actually. His brother had 4 points off the bench, Jared Nicholson. Morris had 1 point off the bench. And let's see, Hamburg had 2 points off the bench. The starters for the Loggers, Wilcoxon finished the first half with 4 points, Atkins with 8, Von Carlo with 2, and Hadaller with 4. For the Lumberjacks, leading scoring in the first half was Jackson Pritchard with 6 points. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Coy Sands had 5 points, 2 assists, and a steal. Eli Gibson had 5 points and 2 steals. 5 points for Dan Howard and 5 rebounds for him. Ethan Hill had 1 point. I forgot, I missed Tyler Lohman. He had 3 points and 2 rebounds. Ethan Hill had 1 rebound. Caden Hammond had 2 rebounds and 2 steals in the first half. Again, like I said, shooting percentage, the biggest discrepancy here for the Lumberjacks in the first half. Hopefully they can get that turned around and get that improved for the second half. We're 3 minutes away until the second half. We'll take a 3-minute break and be back with the second half.
They're sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Looking for your next off-road adventure? The new Yamaha Wolverine X2 side-by-side is ready when you are. Offering unmatched off-road capability with ultimate comfort, the all-new Yamaha Wolverine X2 is now available from St. Mary's Son Cycle. It's packed with features to help you turn your dreams of adventure into reality. With Yamaha-proven off-road capability, comfort, and confidence. Visit St. Mary's Son Cycle to see the all-new Yamaha Wolverine X2 and realize your adventure. Always protect the environment. Wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and product warning labels before operation.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oakes of Premier Financial Services to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and insurance products from Premier Financial Services are offered through Linsco Private Ledger Financial and its affiliates, and they are a member of FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oakes a call at Premier Financial Services today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
We have always said that Kenny is a nice guy, and we mean it. Kenny is so nice that 10th Street Superstop is now open 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday. So if you work early or late or somewhere in between, 10th Street Superstop will be open for you. Breakfast, lunch, a snack, 10th Street Superstop has it. Fuel and propane, of course, and even pet and farm animal feeds and supplies. Don't forget, 10th Street Superstop is also an authorized Page Plus wireless dealer and has phones and phone accessories. 10th Street Superstop open 24 hours a day, Monday to Friday. We told you Kenny was a nice guy.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been
And we are back. The Lumberjacks inbound to start the second period of play. They are now coming towards us as we set up in the weight room. They get the ball inside to Eli Gibson, and Gibson puts it up and good. Back the other way for the Loggers. They have it at the top, working it around the horn. Now they feed it to the short corner. Shot is on the way. It is no good. Tyler Lohman gets the rebound. Lumberjacks bring it back the other way. And we're getting a foul. That foul goes against. No, I guess it wasn't a foul. It was just out of bounds, last touch by the Loggers. So St. Mary's has it. Down to the corner to Coy Sands. Sands steps in, kicks it back out to Pritchard, and a little bit of a, not really a wild pass or anything, just Pritchard not quite expecting it. Turnover St. Mary's. Loggers bring it back down the floor. St. Mary's has the lead. First lead of the game for the Lumberjacks. 26-25 the score as the Loggers work it around. They feed it out inside to Hadaller. Hadaller goes up and puts it up and good. For the Loggers, they retake the lead, 27-26. Caden Hammond has the ball for the Lumberjacks here on the right wing. Zone defense, it looks like, from the Loggers. Now to Gibson. Gibson's going to drive baseline. Tries to feed it to Coy, but Jackson Pritchard ends up with it, and Jackson Pritchard with the three ball. Lumberjacks retake the lead, this time by 2, 29-27. Loggers back the other way. Into the hands of Atkins. Now back to Justin Nicholson. Around the horn to Atkins. Now back to Nicholson. Top shot is up. No good. Rebound goes to Coy Sands. Coy to Hammond. Back out to Pritchard. Pritchard for three. It's short. Pritchard on the rebound. He tried for the putback. No good from three-point range. And the rebound finally to the Loggers. Such an easy rebound, put him in a perfect position to try the three again. Couldn't get it to go. 29-27 still the score. St. Mary's up by 2. As the Loggers work on the far side of the floor, it's Justin Nicholson. Now down to the wing to Atkins. Cross-court pass, now back to Nicholson. Now back to Atkinson. Atkins to Wilcoxon. Now back to the top to Atkins. Back out to Wilcoxon. Now back to Atkins up top. Trying to feed it inside. They get into the post. Shot is up. It's good. Tie game. That was Zvonkara. 29 all with 5:11 to go in the third. Third tie of the game. Caden Hammond controls it up top for the Lumberjacks. He's going to give it to Gibson here in the near corner. Gibson. No look pass to Lohman inside. Lohman trying to work. He gets bumped and he's going to lose the ball out of bounds. Lohman's going to come out. Dan Howard checks into the game. 4:56 to go in the third. All tied up, 29 all. The Loggers with possession. It's Justin Nicholson out to Atkins. Now back to Nicholson and back to Atkins. Lumberjacks in the zone. Atkins to Hadaller. Back out to Atkins. Atkins for three. It's up and good. His first three bucket of the night. And a lead change, number 3. St. Mary's works. They get it to Gibson. Gibson for three. It won't fall. Rebound goes back to the Loggers. 32-29. It's a 3-point lead for the Loggers. They find an open guy out there from three-point range. It's in and out. And Coy Sands on the rebound. Coy Sands charges down the floor. He's going to try to step in for the shot. It's going to fall through, but he's going to get called for the charge. I thought it looked good from here, but Coy doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Ethan Hill comes in. Coy Sands gets a breather. Lumberjack showing a little bit of pressure in the front court this time. 4 minutes to go in the third. 32-29. St. Mary's trails by 3. Bringing it down the floor is Nicholson. Jared Nicholson picks up his dribble on the wing on the right side. Finds Hadaller on the left wing. Hadaller looking for an outlet. He finds Nicholson on the right. Nicholson dribbles the ball off his foot and out of bounds. Turnover on the Loggers. St. Mary's will inbound. Caden Hammond brings it down for the Lumberjacks. Hammond to Hill. Hill in the wing on the right side. He goes up top. Down to the corner to Pritchard. Pritchard for three. It's good. Give Ethan Hill the assist, and then we're all tied up once again. 32 all, 3:13 to go in the third period. Hadaller in the wing on the right side, or left side. Now back to the top to Nicholson. Nicholson feeds it inside. Nice move, but they can't finish the shot. Pritchard comes away with the rebound. Pritchard to Hill. Hill, no look to Gibson. Nice move, up and good. St. Mary's retakes the lead. 34-32. Going back the other way, Nicholson picks up his dribble, backs it back out to Jared Nicholson. He's looking for an outlet. He goes to Hadaller. Hadaller drives into the paint, kicks it out to the corner. Back to the top now to Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon to Justin Nicholson. Underneath we get a whistle, and they're calling, I think, a technical foul against Caden Hammond. Caden Hammond got teed up. Hammond comes out. Tyler Lohman goes back in. I thought a technical foul was automatically shots, but they're not lining them up to shoot anything. Some confusion out there. No, they're going to inbound from side court. I'm guessing it was a technical foul. I don't know. In any case, they inbound from side court. It's into the hands of number 12. That's Morris. Shot is up. It's no good. The rebound, I believe, was Ethan Hill. St. Mary's brings it down. They have a 2-point lead, 34-32. 2:13 to go in the third. Into Howard at the free throw line. Howard backs it back out to Gibson. Gibson's going to drive the baseline. He stutters. Shot is up. It's no good. Coy Sands, though, on the rebound. And a foul away from the ball, or maybe it was a three-point shot. I'm not sure. But Coy Sands is going to go to the free throw line. The foul goes against Atkins. That shows is his second. Coy Sands will step to the free throw line. where I'm assuming he's going to shoot 3 free throws. He's 3 of 5 from the charity stripe tonight. Oh, actually, no, he made the 3-point shot. He misses the free throw, the rebound to Potlatch. So Coy buried the 3, 37-32 the score. I guess I should have looked up at the scoreboard. Loggers back after the rebound. St. Mary's up by 5, biggest lead of the game. Loggers doing some good ball movement. Shot is up, won't fall. Ball is loose. Howard comes away with it. And St. Mary's back the other way. Tyler Lohman for 3. Coy Sands on the assist. Can't get the shot to go. Ethan Hill got the rebound. And the putback is good. St. Mary's up 39-32. Timeout taken by the Loggers. And it's a full timeout, I do believe. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
A team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Fall is just around the corner, and it's time to think about getting ready for winter. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's has just what you need for all your winter prep. Paint your house. Pass.
And we are back. A minute 20-something to go in the third period. St. Mary's with their biggest lead of the game. They are up by 7, 39-32. Been 4 lead changes and 4 ties in this game so far. I believe we had a technical foul against St. Mary's earlier against Caden Hammond. I'm assuming it was a technical. There was no shots taken by Potlatch, but in any case, the Lumberjacks recovered after that. Coy Sands buried a 3 from the corner and got fouled, but he could not complete the old-fashioned or the 4-point play. So it scores 39-32 with a minute 19 to go in the third. Both teams 2 fouls apiece. Lumberjacks showing a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Passed right across to the front court for the Loggers as Jared Nicholson has it. Nicholson hands it off to Justin Nicholson. He's working against Coy Sands as they go into a man defense. They give it to Hadauer. Now back to Nicholson. Nicholson looking for somewhere to go with the ball. A foul going to be called underneath. And they call a foul away from the ball. They call that one on Tyler Lohman. That is just his first. He's going to come out, though. Jackson Pritchard checks back in. Loggers inbound from underneath, looking for an outlet. They get it to the corner. That is number 12, Morris. Back to Hadler, now to Justin Nicholson up top. He's on the wing, actually. He's going to kick it back out to the corner to Morris. On the left side, Morris back to Nicholson. Nicholson takes it up top. Nicholson to Zavankara, back to Nicholson, and around the horn to Jared Nicholson. Now they find a cutter. Now they get Nicholson open on the pass back to him. It's no good on the 3-pointer. Ball's loose. Dan Howard tracks it down. Lumberjacks quickly down the floor. Jackson Pritchard has it. He's directing traffic, gives it to Coy Sands. 19 seconds. Coy Sands gives it back to Pritchard. Lumberjacks slow it down, 14 seconds. Third period, St. Mary's up by 7. Pritchard gets a screen, looking for an outlet, gives it to the corner to Hill. Hill back to Pritchard. Pritchard for 3, it's short. Howard had the rebound for a second before it was stripped out of his hands. And the Loggers came away with it but could not do nothing with it. And the third period comes to an end. St. Mary's 39, Loggers 32. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Fall is just around the corner, and it's time to think about getting ready for winter. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's has just what you need for all your winter prep. Paint your house, patch the roof, or build a storage for all your firewood. Maybe you just need to fix that leaky faucet. 10th Street Lumber has the supplies you need for all your do-it-yourself projects. Stop by 10th Street Lumber today and save on all your home improvement needs. 10th Street Lumber, 1000 Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
Fire Chief Larry Nacarado wants to remind you that this time of the year, chimney fires are a common occurrence, but can be prevented. St. Mary's Fire Department wants to remind you that they loan out chimney brushes and rods for free. They do chimney inspections for free and will even come to your house and offer chimney fire prevention training for free. Don't neglect your chimney. Call St. Mary's Fire Department today at 245-5253. That's 245-5253. This public safety message from the St. Mary's Fire Department. Looking to buy or sell a home or
And we are back. Lumberjacks outscored the Loggers 15-7 in the third. Lumberjacks have a 7-point lead, 39-32 going into the fourth. Loggers get the inbound pass, start the fourth. It is Nicholson. He gets a good look, drives to the hoop, puts up the shot. It's no good, and they're going to call a foul against the Lumberjacks. That one looks like it's going to go against Caden Hammond. As that shows as Hammond's third foul, so he's the one I missed in the beginning. I don't see who make those free throws. I think it was number 24. That's Atkins. Lumberjacks inbound, taking the ball the other way. It's a 5-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Hammond, no look into Howard. Howard works his way underneath. Shot is up, off the glass, won't fall. Rebound goes to the Loggers. And a travel called against the Loggers on the as they try to go the other way. Ethan Hill comes out of the game. Eli checks in. Dan Howard comes out. Tyler Lohman checks in. Lumberjacks inbound. Lohman has it on top. Around the horn they go. Down to Hammond. Hammond finds, Hammond was coming along the baseline, and Hammond gets called for the charge. Hammond's going to come out with 4 fouls. Coming in for Hammond is Ethan Hill. As the Loggers take it the other way. Loggers feed it inside. Nice look, but the shot won't go. Eli Gibson on the rebound. That shows his first rebound of the game. 7 minutes. The Lumberjacks work it inside. Nice ball movement. They get it inside to Lohman. Lohman can't get the bucket to go in, but he will be fouled and go to the free throw line. That foul goes against Vankara. That is his 4th. Tyler Lohman is 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Makes the first one. As Hadaller checks back in for the Loggers. Give a shout out, Glover Buell. I think he's watching on YouTube here this evening. That next shot is going to fall in for Tyler Lohman. He has 5 points on the game. 41-34 the score as St. Mary's is up. Now the Loggers drive in. They find Hadaller. Shot is up off the glass, and it goes in. Lumberjacks bring it back down. It's Coy Sands drives the blocks. Can't get the shot to go, but the foul will be called. And that foul will foul out Vankara. He fouls out with 2 points on the game. And Coy Sands goes to the charity stripe. He's 3 of 6 from the charity stripe. And he makes the first one. 42-36, it's a 6-point lead for the Lumberjacks. They led by 7 earlier. That's been the biggest lead of the game. Coy lines up the next one. That one is no good. Rebound goes to the Loggers. 42-36 is the score. St. Mary's on top. Loggers have it on the wing on the right side. That's Wilcoxon back to the top. Now back to Wilcoxon. Just inside. The jump shot is up. It's no good. Tyler Lohman with the rebound. Ethan Hill bringing it down the floor. He finds Gibson cross court. Gibson's going to drive the baseline. Shot is up and good by Eli Gibson. Gibson with 11 points on the night. Biggest lead of the game for the Lumberjacks. 8-point lead. Loggers working it back down. They have it on the wing. That's Atkins back to the top and around the horn they go. Wilcoxon at the elbow. Now back to Nicholson. Now back to Wilcoxon. Cross court pass. Three-pointer on the way. Shot is up and good. That was Atkins from the corner. Lumberjacks bringing it back down. 44-39 the score. Gibson has the ball outside. He's working up on top. Gives it to Coy Sands. Coy Sands brings it to the key. Kicks it out to Lohman. Lohman for the jump shot. Won't go. Rebound goes to the Loggers. They bring it back down, trying to cut the Lumberjack lead. 44-39, 5:12 to go in the contest. Back to the corner. Back to the top, around the horn they go. Atkins almost had an open look. He couldn't take it. He tries to drive in, can't do nothing with it. Kicks it out to Nicholson. Shot is up, no good. Rebound to Lohman. Coy Sands brings it down. Lumberjacks slowing it down a little bit. We're going to get a timeout taken by head coach Chase. Coach Chase for the Lumberjacks. We will take it too. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Looking to buy or sell a home or property? Look no further than Timber Realty in St. Mary's. It doesn't matter if you're looking for that perfect property with that perfect view to build your perfect home, or if you're looking for that home that is move-in ready, let Timber Realty help you out. If you're selling, well, of course Timber Realty can help you get your home or property listed and sold. That's Timber Realty in St. Mary's, located at 834 Main Street. Stop by today or give them a call at 208-245-2345. That's 208-245-2345. Timber.
And we are back here as the Lumberjacks took a quick timeout. 4:50 to go in the fourth period. St. Mary's leads 44-39 in this one. Lumberjacks trailed at the half, but they took the lead in the third. Haven't looked back since. It is Caden Hammond with the ball. Lumberjacks lead 44-39. Dan Howard. Howard was going to go for a shot. He gets it stripped out of his hands, and taking it the other way is Hadar. There's going to be a foul called. And that foul goes against Dan Howard. That'll send Hadar to the free throw line. He has not been there yet tonight. And he makes the first one. Nine points for Hadar. 4-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Hadar lines up the next one. That one is on the way, and it bounces in. 3-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Jackson Pritchard brings it back down the floor for St. Mary's. Hammond, they feed it inside, try to feed it into Lohman. It almost gets taken away. St. Mary's able to recover. Hammond looks for room to drive, can't. Kicks it to Howard. Howard gives it to Pritchard. Pritchard on the wing on the right. Back to the left wing. Now down inside to Gibson. Gibson has the ball knocked loose, and it's going to be flung out. St. Mary's will keep the ball. One thing there hasn't been tonight, and I just now realized that, I don't think there's been a held ball called tonight, or jump ball. 4:05 to go. St. Mary's inbounds. It's Pritchard. He looks over to Coach Chase for the play. St. Mary's leads just by 3. Pritchard guarded by Hadar. Kicks it to the corner to Gibson. Gibson drives. He gets double teamed. Picks up his dribble. Back to the top to Jackson Pritchard. Pritchard gets a screen. He comes near side. Drive. Shot is up. No good. Gets thrown to the floor. and no whistle, and Coach Chase not happy with that one either. Bad pass by the Loggers, though, goes out of bounds. Chase still John at the ref, and I don't know what the ref told him, but he gave him a look and a bewilderment. Really? St. Mary's inbounds, bringing it down is Pritchard. Pritchard to the corner to Gibson on the right side. Into Howard. Howard looks for room, spins, gets his shot blocked. Gibson gets the offensive board. Gibson works his way, drives, kicks it back out to Howard. Now to the top to Pritchard. Coach Chase giving the play from the sideline. Pritchard still working. He gives it to Howard. Howard up top. Howard can make threes on occasion. I seen him do it last year, but he's not going to take that one. He's just wide open. As Caden Hammond drives in, puts the shot up, couldn't get it to go, couldn't get a foul. He tips the offensive rebound out to Pritchard. St. Mary's resets. Eli Gibson with the ball. Lumberjack still working. Pritchard to Gibson. Gibson to Lohman. Lohman working his way underneath. Lohman gets called for the offensive foul. Oh, nope, they're going to say no offensive foul on Lohman. They're going to say he traveled before the foul. Lohman will come out. Coy Sands re-enters the game for St. Mary's. And the Loggers bring it down, trailing by 3, 44-41. 2:27 to go. Nicholson drives, kicks it out to Hadler at the elbow or the high post. Now back to the top, three-pointer on the way, and it is good. And we've got a tie game. That was Nicholson with the three-pointer, his first bucket. Back the other way, St. Mary's with a shot. It won't go. The rebound was to the Loggers. And I'm not sure, a lot of stuff happened down here on this near side of the floor, but a lot of action, nothing else. 44-44, 2:04 to go in the game. Fifth tie of the game. Coach Tay still talking to the official. Nicholson has it. He hands it off to Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon top, gives it back to Nicholson. Nicholson guarded by Sands. Now to Atkins. Atkins on the right or the left wing. Hammond gets thrown to the ground. No whistle. As they work it around, Atkins gets open, or not Atkins. Nicholson gets open for three. It's no good. And they're going to finally call a held ball. It's the first jump ball of the game, and St. Mary's gets the possession. We get a timeout taken by the Loggers. It's a full with 1:34 to go. St. Mary's and the Loggers tied up. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Are you smarter than the average bear? If you think...
St. Mary's 34% from the floor, 52% from the free throw line. Those numbers are not acceptable, I wouldn't think, by Coach Chase for the shooting percentages. Lumberjacks inbound, bringing it down, minute 30 to go. Coy Sands brings it across patiently. Gets double teamed, gives it to Hammond. Hammond to Gibson. Gibson to the top to Coy. Coy around to Pritchard. Pritchard back to Coy. The Loggers playing a really, really strict defense out here. And there's going to be a foul called against the Miners, or the Loggers. That is foul number 3 against Atkins. They're playing a really in-your-face defense right now, is the Loggers. They're just not going to give the Lumberjacks anything easy here in the late part of this game. Now they kind of zone it off a little bit. Coy Sands to Hammond. Hammond gets a screen. Hammond gets the ball poked away, and he just slides on his belly. Hadaller slid on his belly, and there's not going to be a whistle called on that, but the ball goes out of bounds off of the Loggers. That's like one of the first turnovers that I have marked down for, or first steals I have marked down for the Loggers. 56 seconds to go, all tied up, 44 all. I'm going to wipe up some sweat off the floor from where Dakota Hadaller slid across the floor. So one of the players that they talked about in the previews and stuff for the Loggers, Braden Hadaller, he hasn't even played tonight. I'm not sure if there's an injury to him or something, or if he's just not getting any playing time here this evening. They get the sweat all cleaned up off the floor, and we're just about ready to get this thing going again. Under a minute to go, 44-44. St. Mary's inbound from the corner. Into Coy Sands. Sands controls it up top. He gives it to Gibson. Gibson looking for an outlet. He gives it to Howard. Howard goes up strong. He's fouled. The bad thing for St. Mary's is they haven't been strong from the free throw line tonight. That foul goes against Hadaller. That's his third. Howard 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. And Howard misses the first one. Perfect arc, just came up a little short. Howard lines, waiting for the ball. Lines up the next shot. Nothing but net on that one. St. Mary's takes a 1-point lead. Loggers only have to put one bucket in to take the win away from St. Mary's. 37 seconds. Hadaller, now they give it outside. Shot is up. No good. Rebound to the Loggers. Loggers working the ball around outside. They go inside. Hadaller, shot is up. It won't go. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul on the rebound. And it's a foul against the Loggers. That is Hadaller's 4th foul. And that's going to send Dan Howard to the free throw line. If Howard could go 2 for 2 here, that would be ideal. It would be a 3-point game, still one possession. Going to get a timeout taken by St. Mary's. It's a full timeout. We'll take it 2. 45-44, St. Mary's leads. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Are you smarter than the average bear? If you think you are, then stop by the Grapple on Tuesday nights for Trivia Tuesdays. Trivia Tuesdays start at 6 p.m. Compete for awesome prizes. If you think you're smarter than the average bear, remember, Trivia Tuesdays, 6 p.m. at the Grapple, located at 940 Center Avenue in St. Mary's. Pour, score, and victory. Trivia Tuesdays at the Grapple.
With H&R.
And we are back. They put a couple of seconds back on the clock. Oh, no, wait, that's the timeout. 17 seconds left to go. Dan Howard at the free throw line. Howard 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. And St. Mary's leads. Lumberjacks have got to shoot better than they have been. They've got to get that shooting percentage to come up. They can't continue to play these games like this close, especially when they're being outshot by the other team percentage-wise. If St. Mary's is shooting a higher percentage from the field, they're probably leading this game by a little bit more at this point. It's 1-1 for Howard. And he makes the first one. That makes it a 2-point game. Howard with 7.7 rebounds on the game. He sinks both free throws. That makes it a 3-point game. Still one possession, but it makes it a little bit tougher for the Loggers as they've got to sink a 3. And they're not going to call a timeout. I thought they were going to take a timeout. 47-44, 16.7 seconds on the clock, and Lumberjacks going to the full court press. And the Loggers get it across quickly. Now they take a timeout down the floor. So that's going to be a full. They don't have any more full timeouts, I don't believe. No, they had one more full timeout, so I must have taken away a 30-second earlier. A full one was a 30-second earlier. But what a game! But the Loggers have a chance here. They do have some three-point shooters. In fact, they've got two guys that have scored three-pointers tonight. Atkins has buried one. I may have this wrong because I thought somebody made more than one. Let's see. There are three. The Loggers are 3 for 11 from downtown. So I missed a three-pointer. I marked it as something else for one of the other players. I made one, so my bad there. But the Loggers can sink a three-pointer here with time expiring. We could have the Lumberjacks' third overtime game of the season, which ironically has been every game that we broadcast so far if they do go into overtime again tonight. So the Loggers break their huddle. I know one of the biggest things Coach Chase is telling them right now is no fouls, but no easy open looks either. Loggers get set to inbound from side court. They get the ball in to Nicholson. Nicholson against Coy. They're looking for the open three. They're not going to go for the three. They try to put up a shot. It's no good. And they were looking for a foul. No foul. Coy Sands got the rebound. They run the clock out. St. Mary's comes away with the 47-44 victory here tonight at Lumberjack Gymnasium. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union post-game wrap-up.
Block's Emerald Advance. If you're approved, you can get a line of credit for up to $1,000 the day you apply. All you need to apply is your latest pay stub and a valid photo ID. No W-2 required. Make an appointment at 1-800-HR-BLOCK or go to hrblock.com. Credit limits available between $350 and $1,000. Line of credit offered by Axos Bank, member FDIC. Credit approval required. Participating offices only. Tax refund related product. Fees and conditions apply. Details at www.hrblock.com/emeraldadvance. Promotional period 11/15/18 to 1/11/19.
The St. Mary's Lumberjack Booster Club is looking for volunteers and active members to participate in the many activities the Booster Club does in support of our Lumberjacks. The Lumberjack Booster Club provides much appreciated support to the Lumberjack sports programs and is always looking for new active members and new ideas. The Booster Club is currently in need of new officers as well as volunteers to help with the Hall of Fame banquet and auction, spirit building, senior nights, and more. Anyone interested can contact Lynn Masterson at 208-568-1802 or just come to a meeting at the fire station.
What does it mean to be a credit union? It means commitment to community. It requires action, not just dollars. That's why P1FCU staff donates over 5,500 unpaid hours to community organizations every year. We're about service, not just numbers. P1FCU, committed to your community for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
At Les Schwab Tires, we're drivers just like you. We merge, we get stuck in traffic, we go on road trips, and we know what it means to truly rely on your car, which is why we do everything we can to make things right with you and your vehicle. From checking your brakes for free to patching up a flat when you need it. So if that sounds good to you, well, we're right there with you. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Looking for a new-to-you rig? You're in luck because Dell's Used Cars has your next truck. Dell's has the best variety of pre-owned trucks in one location anywhere south of the internet. Any make, any model, and new inventory arriving daily. Dell's also will take your trade-in, paid for or not. Financing available through Potlatch, Spokane Teachers, Numerica, and a handful of other lenders offering the most competitive interest rates available in the market today. Dell's staff is laid back and knowledgeable and ready to answer any of your questions. Come into Dell's Used Cars, located at 1818 North 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene, or visit their website at dellscars.com. Dell's Used Cars, doing things different since 1974.
You always hear on the radio,
And welcome back to our Gifts by Nature broadcast of Lumberjack Sports here on KOFE. The Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union game summary coming up here right now. Lumberjacks take the win 47-44 over the Potlatch Loggers. Lumberjacks were outscored 12-8 in the fourth period of play, making it a lot closer than it probably could have been if St. Mary's was shot a little bit better in the fourth. As a team, the Lumberjacks shot just 32% from the floor, 34% from two-point range, 29% from three-point range, 57% from the free throw line. Lumberjacks recorded 28 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 steals, 3 blocked shots, and 7 turnovers. Or they only turned the ball over 7 times. Lumberjacks committed 12 fouls in the game, which is better. Actually, I think they finished with 13 fouls, which is still better than 24. For the Loggers, they finished shooting 36% from the floor, 38% from two-point range, 27% from three-point range, and 87% from the free throw line. They had 24 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block shot. They turned the ball over 13 times. They committed 18 fouls. Individually for the Loggers, leading in scoring was Atkins with 15 points. Hadeler had 10 points, and Nicholson had, well, I don't think he had 6 points, but that's what I put up there. 4 points for Jared Nicholson, 1 point for Morris, 4 points for Zvonkara, 2 points for Hamburg. For the Lumberjacks, it was Jackson Pritchard leading in scoring with 12 points. He had 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Eli Gibson finished with 11 points. He had 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Coy Sands finished with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Dan Howard had 8 points with 7 rebounds, 2 key free throws there at the end of the game. Tyler Lohman, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 block shots, and Ethan Hill, he had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And once again, though, the biggest thing on that game is the fact that St. Mary's they have hot and cold streaks shooting-wise, and they just need to be more consistent on that, and they'll be okay as with their defense plays so strong. But they do need to get their shooting percentages up there a little bit. If they can get those numbers up, they will be a very strong team. They can't expect to get into some of these dogfights with the bigger schools or the closer teams and expect to come away with the victories if they're going to shoot under 20% or under 30% from the floor in a game. So we'll continue to watch that and see how the Lumberjacks do and how they can get things going from the from the shooting side of things, but it's still early in the season. So next game for the Lumberjacks, they'll be at Sandpoint on Thursday. We will not be making it to that game. Girls will be at Orofino on Friday. We're not going to go to that game, but we're hoping to get a feed from Orofino if they cover the game up there. So we will keep you up to date on that as we know things as they develop. That's going to do it for us here from Lumberjack Gymnasium for tonight. Lumberjacks win 47-44 over the Loggers. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here next time.